Check your phone, your bank app, your coffee app, your 401k you haven't opened since March. Now, here's a fun party trick. Pick any big company you can think of. Apple, your bank, the gas station chain, even the news channel you don't trust. Now guess who's sitting at the top of the shareholder list for basically all of them? Same three names. Every single time. Not Apple, not Amazon. Three companies you've probably never heard of, quietly holding the biggest stake in almost everything you touch before 9 a.m. The company that basically owns you. 1. The three names. BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Sound like a law firm nobody wants to get a letter from? In reality, they manage over $20 trillion combined. For context, that's more than the entire economy of every country on the planet except one. And you've probably already handed them money without realizing it. That safe index fund your dad told you to buy? One of these three is almost certainly running it behind the curtain. 2. The web. Researchers actually sat down and mapped this out, like detectives with string and pushpins. The result looks less like a stock market and more like a spider's web, with these three sitting dead center, threads running out to nearly every major company in America. Tech, banks, oil, airlines, pharma, fast food, defense, even news networks that supposedly hate each other. Oh, and here's the twist. They own pieces of each other too. Vanguard is one of BlackRock's biggest shareholders. BlackRock holds Vanguard's funds. It's not three separate empires. It's one tangled family that also happens to own the neighborhood. 3. How nobody noticed. No hostile takeover, no dramatic headline, no villain twirling a mustache in a boardroom. Just one boring idea that worked too well. The index fund. Instead of picking stocks, just buy a slice of everything. Cheap, simple, and it actually made people money. So everyone piled in. Your retirement account, your coworkers, your neighbors, and somebody has to physically hold all those shares for everyone. Only a few firms were big enough and early enough to become that somebody. Nobody voted for this. It just happened. One retirement account at a time, while everyone was busy living their lives. 4. Wait, does that mean they vote? Yes. And this is the part that actually matters. Shares come with votes. Who sits on the board? Whether a merger happens. How much the CEO gets paid. These three firms cast votes at tens of thousands of shareholder meetings a year. One of Vanguard's own former CEOs straight up said their quiet investing style does not mean a quiet attitude about how companies get run. So ask yourself, when the same three names are the biggest shareholder in nearly every major company, are those companies really competing with each other? Or are the loudest rivalries in business being decided behind the same three doors? 5. Okay, but are they secretly running the world? Before this turns into a documentary your uncle sends you at 2 a.m., let's be fair. Studies actually show these three don't vote together. On major issues, they disagree more than 2/3 of the time. Vanguard sides with company management on routine votes almost every time, which is not exactly supervillain behavior. Some of them are even letting regular investors like you choose how your own shares get voted. So this isn't a secret cabal running the planet from a glass tower. It's something quieter and honestly weirder. A handful of firms ended up holding massive influence almost by accident because millions of people just wanted the cheapest way to invest. Nobody planned the empire. It built itself. 6. Why you should care. If you have a retirement account, there's a real chance you're already part of this web right now. And that's not automatically bad. Index funds are still one of the best tools a regular person has to build wealth over time. Low fees, steady growth, decades of proof it works. But it's worth knowing who's actually holding the wheel. Because when the same three names own the biggest piece of your bank, your phone company, and the gas station you filled up at this morning, that's not a coincidence. That's the quiet architecture running underneath everything. So next time someone says the free market means real competition between separate companies, ask them one question. Who's actually sitting behind the boardroom door? Chances are, it's the same three names.
Subscribe.